Hi and welcome to the market alert for Thursday, the 25th of April 2024. So yen dumped, yield curve pumped, and bonds and Bitcoin slump. Bank of Japan bluff calling, and a Bitcoin bloodbath from the usual perpetrators. US stocks were choppy amid higher yields as markets braced for big tech earnings. And economic news today, we've got Italian bank holiday and advanced GDP from the US. The market's waiting for this one, which is why it was choppy and sideways yesterday. But advanced GDP as well, out at 1:30 and then 3 p.m. pending home sales. So let's have a look at the choppy session from yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, you can see the market's sideways there. We've also got a bit of supply coming into the market as prices struggle to get back above the 50-day EMA moving average there, and it's sort of trapped at the moment between the averages there, between the 50 and the 20 showing the green, but above the 5, so short term still to the upside. 30-minute, you can see how choppy it was. Then we had a bit of a shakeout. Then they brought the market back, and then they brought it back down as well. Overnight, the market sitting on the close, but below the DP at the moment. Notice yesterday when we spoke about the Dow in the market alert, we were above the DP, and the market remained there until we had this bar here that actually closed below, which was at 4 p.m. But they soon brought it back, but then back down. So at the moment, we're sort of bearish on a DP basis and down to the close at the moment. In the German DAX, similar picture. Again, we've got some supply coming into the market, bit of selling there, market sideways, but above the averages at the moment, the 5, the 50 and the 20 there. 30-minute charts, we were sideways all morning, and then we drifted down a bit in the afternoon, then went back to sideways before we saw the market move lower into the overnight there. And sideways from there, the markets managed to bounce a bit off the low of yesterday, so that's interesting. But at the moment, still showing a bit of weakness there. In the S&P 500, also showing a bit of supply coming into the market. This market's gone off the boil, having made all-time highs just a couple of weeks ago. Below the 20, below the 50 at the moment, but above the 5. Stopped at the 89% retracement with the Israeli retaliation, but other than that, the market is stuck in a range, waiting for economic news of some sorts like CPI, which I said I was going to look up. I'll find that in a second. The market's down in the 30-minute, then sideways, down again following the Dow, back up with the Dow, and then back down overnight, down to the low where the market's found support, and just retesting this now. So some weakness around there at the moment in the S&P. Meanwhile, the FT100 put in a new all-time high at 8116.5, and the 30-minute chart there showing that all-time high was done just before the open, and that was the highest point for the day. And overnight, the market down towards yesterday's low, where it's picked up some buyers, which can be seen there with the green. Now the market's struggling with the DP area. So there's no CPI for next week. We've got the jobs. We've got the ADP on Wednesday, and then we've also got the FOMC statement as well, which is going to be interesting. So why we haven't? Oh yeah, we got the non-farm employment. That's unusual. That usually comes out. Oh, there we go. I say it should come out on the Friday. So yeah, if we move up a bit. So we've got the ADP on Wednesday. We've got the FOMC, and then on Friday we get the non-farm payroll. So we're back to it next week. We've got FOMC and non-farm payrolls all in 1 week. So this week quiet. So it must be the week after we get the CPI. I haven't seen that there, but it's not showing it there either. So I don't know where the CPI has gone off the list. But we've got UK CPI, haven't we, or Spanish CPI next week? I see there. Yeah, well, it'll turn up. Obviously, it was only the week before last when we had the CPI. It seems a lot longer than that. Doesn't really matter. Next week, like I say, we've got FOMC, ADP, and non-farm payrolls as well. So there's enough to be getting on with next week, as it is. So yeah, we'll see. Meanwhile, in the US dollar, sideways, not doing an awful lot, as are the metals. So let's have a quick whistle stop tour through those, kicking off with silver. So silver sideways there after finding the demand coming in a couple of days ago, stuck in a range. Could still move to the downside though and break the 62% retracement. Not looking that strong, as can be seen there overnight. They managed just to slam it down, but they've brought it back, which I suppose is a positive. Yesterday down, midday was up and then stuck in the sideways range, but that's interesting that they've attempted to slam this again overnight. Gold sideways also, and in the 30-minute exactly the same. They just had a slam of the price but failed. Market now back above yesterday's low. Yesterday it was down in the electronic, up in the official COMEX, and then drifting back down. So again, everything waiting for economic news at the moment to find its direction. Quick look at yesterday, see what happened. So during Wednesday's trading session, the market drifting lower, back below the high, and then into a sideways move, and the choppiness started from the start of the session really. As you can see there, the market coming back, taking out the stop loss. Sideways already, the market trying to move back above the high, which it does, and then trades back down, which you'll see in a moment. But before that has another attempt to move to the upside, but fails to fill the order, which was good, as the market reversed and came back down. Then we hit the scalp down to the close, out of the trade. As you can see, price is coming down there, and then we get a bit of a bounce, and then the market sideways throughout the morning session there, which you can see. Into the afternoon, notice now the high in the 200 MA and psychological level there holding the market. Prices then drift lower, and then we get into the afternoon, which was just shocking as the market traded sideways. We first had a potential sell, the market came up and then gave us a potential buy, and then we got stopped out of this one as well as the market drifted lower, trailed the stop down on this one, moved to break even, and then got out as it started to come back. Another potential buy, this time fails as well, and then prices drift lower without a reversal signal, which is a shame because the market then actually did break and move lower. So again, those earnings, but look how narrow the bars are and how quiet it was. So obviously waiting for some decent news from or for next week. Quick look at the overnight market. Prices sideways to higher, as can be seen there. We've already come off the low as we looked at earlier, but not a lot happening there at all. I mean, barely moving for 2 minutes. You can see just a little dot there, so not a lot going on at the moment. The market certainly calmed down from last week. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens during today, and with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.